This video is brought to you by Granger Motors, where you can save up to $1,300 on a factory extended warranty on your new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Chrysler vehicle.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex here with TFL, and we have a sweet TRX behind us, and man, do I miss the TRX. We had one for a while, and today we get to check out Rick, who is one of our viewers. Thanks, Rick, for coming by.
Yeah, man, thanks for having us.
He, you'll see by the stickers on the side of the truck, he actually runs his own YouTube channel and does some pretty, what I would say, extreme wheeling for a TRX. You're not afraid to put this truck in harm's way, huh?
No, not at all. It's got a few scratches on it.
Yeah, so we'll do a full walk around and kind of get your opinion on it, how it's been, show all the modifications, because by the looks of it, you've done quite a lot to the truck. Yeah, so we'll go through all that, but first I gotta know, you're into off-roading, you bought the truck to actually wheel. Why the TRX?
Why not?
Why not?
Everyone's got a Jeep. We had a Wrangler back many eons ago, and we just like to be different, you know? Everyone's got a Wrangler or a Gladiator, so we got a T-Rex.
Yeah, I dig that. I mean, it's not the smallest thing to take out on the trail. That can be an issue sometimes, but they're just so fun. I mean, nothing comes close to this, in my opinion, in terms of like something that's fun to drive on the street, still super capable off-road. They're just beasts.
No,
so.
It's the best of all the worlds, right? I mean, it can tow a reasonable amount, big back seat for all the kiddos, all the gear, whatever you got. Goes super fast. This one's juiced up a little bit to about 800 ponies, so 38s, you know, it can go pretty much anywhere.
Right on. So what year is it?
22.
22. And so 702 horsepower is stock.
Correct.
6.2 liter supercharged V8. What'd you do to get it up to 800 horse?
So we just put a Predator, like an incognito pulley, but the Predator version, which gives about 40 or so to the wheels, and that depending on, you know, conditions. And then we've got the S&B intake, and we've got an inner chiller as well.
Can we pop the hood and take a peek?
Let's pop it. It's not pretty in there, but
that's
I'm more
fine.
Function over form, so. Like I said, we've got the inner chiller, which we opted for the reservoir tank, which we insulated with all sorts of beautiful foam and aluminum foil. This is Reynolds.
Nice.
And
it works, right?
Yep. And the actual inner chiller is actually hidden right in here. Right there.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
more Reynolds wrap there. Yep.
Sweet.
So that replaces the factory heat exchanger, and it runs off the air conditioning unit. So basically, our AC chills our coolant.
Oh, nice. And any like reliability concerns has been pretty solid for you?
It has been really solid, except for when we put the 38s on. And then we went about 5 axles in 5 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
And have you figured out kind of a solution?
Yeah, we had a couple bad ones. Luckily, our dealer is really cool, and so he kind of knew, like, hey, there's no way that this was caused by anything other than being a defective unit.
Right.
So, because literally we put new axles on it and then took it 2 hours south, so we have about 200 miles on it, maybe 150, 200 miles on it, and then went about 7 minutes off-road. And when I say off-road, I mean like a dirt, like a hiking trail, like nothing. And then the axle just pop. So from there, we had a 2.5 hour drive. It was the most nerve-wracking, just grease flying, everything.
Yep, just get me home.
Yeah, yeah, get me home. So we replaced those, and yeah, everything's been good ever since. We got some new factory OEM axles in, and everything's good. So
nice. Well, I'm glad you found a dealer that your dealer was, you know, working with you on that, because I feel like a lot of dealers would just be like,
most of them,
modified it, and that's your
new valve caps, you're toast. Warranty's over.
Let me take a minute to tell you about this video's sponsor, Granger Motors, and their extended factory warranties for new vehicles. Today, more than ever, an extended factory warranty is a worthwhile consideration. The new cars and trucks coming out pack more amazing, yet unproven tech and complexity than ever. Knowing this, an extended factory warranty buys you peace of mind. If something goes wrong, you're covered for repairs and parts for years after the original warranty expires. A factory-backed warranty means repairs are done by factory-trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out and are trained to repair known problems. A factory-backed warranty ensures that your car or truck gets replaced with true factory parts, and in some cases, upgraded factory parts to fix those known issues. So next time you buy a new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Dodge, or Chrysler vehicle, go to Granger Motors for an extended factory warranty. Grainger is the #1 seller of Ford Protect warranties and one of the top sellers of Mopar vehicle protection warranties in the country. This volume lets their customers save an average of $1,300. So what are you waiting for?
So I forget if the TRX came on 35s or 37s.
35s.
35s.
Yep.
So what tire did you go with?
So we originally had 37. We had the Maxxis Razor MTs. We took it to Windrock a second time and shredded one of the sidewalls. I think it was Trail 11. And so they had about 15K on them. So I said, well, let's try and be different. Let's see if we can put the 38s on. So we were not the first ones to put 38s on, but I think we're the first ones to put 38s with the 1.5-inch wheel spacers. So
okay. Yeah,
we had a lot of trimming to do.
I like the fitment on it. It doesn't look like a huge tire.
Yeah.
It's a big truck,
right.
So it looks like it fits. And the tread pattern on here is pretty unique. I haven't seen this tire on too many rigs.
Yeah,
so.
it's more like an ATV tire, which if anyone ATV World, the whole shot or the Razor tire. So we're like, let's give it a whirl. It had good reviews and not that many people run it. So, and we'll never run another tire again. This thing's been excellent.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, here we look for like snow ratings all the time and stuff, but you're in Florida, so
yeah,
that doesn't really matter.
Drop it to 15 PSI and hope for the best. Man.
Yeah, exactly. Stock wheels.
Stock wheels. Yep.
Cool. And I guess let's start working our way front to back a little bit on some of the parts. Suspension is stock, I take it?
So the shocks are stock. The springs are Eibach. We had 1.6-inch lift in the front and a 1.5 in the back, and we upped it to 2.7, excuse me, in the front and a 2.6 in the rear.
Okay.
For the 38s.
So, but just springs basically.
Yep, just springs.
Cool. All right, yeah, let's look at some of the parts. I'm really curious about the top
I see you looking at it.
But we'll get to that in a little bit. So start with the front bumper, I guess. It looks like you've got a winch and some lights.
Yeah, so originally we had just the factory bumper and we were able to put a winch in there, and then once we did Windrock, we were like, we need better approach and departure angles. So everyone runs ADD bumpers. We wanted to be different. We ran Bodyguard and we are super happy with it. You're not gonna find another front bumper for this truck that can house more lights and house the 12K winch.
Yeah,
this one.
There's a lot of space in there, it looks like.
Tons.
And it's not like a giant monstrosity of a bumper, too. It fits in there.
No, it fits pretty flush.
Yeah. Recovery hooks, too.
Yeah,
and
hooks.
what, you've got a ton of different lights.
So we've got 4 rough country flood lights on the outside. We wanted the Black Series look. So we've got 4, 2 on each side. And then we've got a 30-inch flood rough country Black Series LED bar there. And then rigid 20-inch spotlight here. So we've got the laser beam kind of light going out far, and then the floods for, you know, up close.
Nice.
Slow speed. And then we've got some hidden 7-inch aux beam 360D Pros, which are super awesome. All those little lights on the outside are flood, and then the one in the middle is like a laser beam for spot.
Okay. And then you've got your like factory marker lights up here, and then some more lights over on the mirrors.
The mirrors, those are Oracle ditch lights. And when you fold them in, you can actually see like wildlife off the trail and stuff.
Okay.
And they don't obviously, you know, mount here and take up space. And
they're not like reflecting off the hood either.
Yeah, and the sight lines on this thing are already bad enough, so putting a big ditch light there was not going to work.
Nice. And then
are
those markers?
Yeah, just a marker. Yeah.
Sweet. So
makes it look menacing when you're following.
Yeah, are these the same thing too?
Factory,
so you're pretty lit up.
Oh yeah, like a Christmas tree.
Ton of amber lights coming down the road. That's sweet. What's your go-to off-road light? If you like are flipping one of them on, is there one you go to most?
So one button turns on everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Except for these are wired into the fog.
Cool.
So when the fogs are on.
Do you have like an accessory box you wired it all into?
No, it's everything runs off the aux switches.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got 4 and we've got them wired up like.
So they're all just into the same switch, basically.
Yeah, aux 1 runs all the lights up front. Aux 2 runs the ditch lights because we don't always want to have these guys on. And then aux 3 runs our chase lights that are magnetized there to the bed for when people are following us.
Cool.
And aux 4 is for our air conditioning.
Nice. And then rock rails?
Yep, those are Rocky Road Outfitters rock rails, and we have bounced them off some huge boulders, man. So definitely a testament to how tough those are. We added the little rubber strip for a little added just kind of make you feel a little better about a little cushion there in between.
What, this, like,
yeah, that doesn't even fit. Yeah, just because we bounce it off so many rocks and boulders and stuff. So
yeah, just a little more protection.
Yeah, just a mental,
right?
yeah, a little mental edge, you know.
What about skids underneath? Is that all factory?
All factory skids.
And
underneath.
I'm guessing you use them a good bit.
Oh yeah, they're bent up. We've had to pull them down a bit and rebend them a little bit, but yeah.
And then how about on the inside? Anything going on in there?
Well, we're fully packed for 8 days of overlanding, but pretty much we replaced the steering wheel, but not too many upgrades on here. It's a level 2, so it's got most of what you want.
That's a sweet steering wheel, like the forged carbon look.
Yeah, it is.
I really like that. That's
eBay.
pretty cool. Yeah?
You can't beat it, man.
Was that like a recovering sort of thing?
Yeah, they take factory wheels and they just add the forged carbon and the leather. And it actually, the Alcantara steering wheel that comes with it, it's so smooth that when you're actually wheeling it, because we go high speed a lot, and it slips out of your hands. Like you need to have gloves on.
Burn,
it burn and it gets nasty. You know, you got to clean it all the time. And then
yes, that looks like it would hold up a lot better.
This is for 8 days of overland tent camping.
Actually using the truck. Right? There you go. I see you put some little like grip tape here.
Yeah, for the kiddos. Yeah, because when I took the side steps off, it was harder for them to access the rail to get in and out. We got 3 kids, so
nice. And they all fit in here?
Oh yeah, man. Back seat. That's what we got it. I had a nice 3-row Grand Cherokee L. Captain's chairs, and I said, oh, number 3 is on the way. I'm not going to pop the 3rd row, so this is my chance.
Yeah, I like it.
This is my chance.
Cool, and then your chase lights, you mentioned they were just magnet onto the side there.
Just magnetized here, so we can kind of put them wherever we want them. But most of the time we run them this way, and that way, people can see we've got them there, and then some in the rear bumper too. So no matter what, no matter how much dust, people can see where we're at.
And do those stay on pretty well if you're doing high speed?
We go 80 mile an hour off road with those.
Nice.
No problem.
Cool, and then let's talk about this Is it a flated topper?
It's inflatable, man. It's fully inflatable.
Yeah, so Andre showed me these a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And we were both super interested in them. I used to have a soft topper, like a canvas topper on my truck. So when I saw these coming out, I was like, whoa, I gotta check that out. And this is the first time I've gotten to kind of climb around it. So tell me about it. What are the advantages of it? Why'd you pick this over the fiberglass or a soft topper or anything else?
My wife and my kid makes fun of me when I put it on. It looks like a van, right?
Yeah.
This is a TRX, man. You want it to look like a truck, and I want it to look like a truck for 300 days out of the year. The other 65, we take this out of a backpack, stored in our closet, pump it up in about 5 minutes, and toss it on. So it's about a 10 to 15 minute if you're taking your time. And after 15 minutes, you got a van.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can camp out of it. We have some like Born Outdoor little sleep rolls that we can put on top of like in there, and then we can camp in there, or just keeps all of our gear. It's super tough. We've literally bounced it off trees. It's made out of the same like whitewater rafting material. We've taken it in a gator lake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean,
it's super awesome.
Like, I put a soft topper on my truck for the same reason you did. I like the functionality of a truck, but there's a few days out of the year for a couple weeks where I want my stuff protected from the weather, out of the view from people when it's just parked in parking lots or whatever. But then you don't want a giant top, you don't have anywhere to put it. So if you want something that can collapse, and with this, you still get like the rigid feel of a hard-sided topper, but you can store it away easily.
And it's flexible enough that we can actually, I'll pop it up. Hey, Chen, will you shut the door? The bear doesn't jump out. It's flexible enough that we can actually stuff stuff and bend it and kind of finagle it to how we want it. Fold this guy up, and this strap here you can secure it that way. But so this is kind of our setup here.
And apparently rigid enough you can put stuff on top of it.
No, we go up there.
You stand up there.
You want to go up there right now?
Yeah.
Let's go up there.
Let's do it.
All right. And I'll show you this thing. So I took off the man step because whenever we off-road, it is kind of low-hanging fruit.
Okay.
So I'm going to take this down, put it here.
And you got the deck system in here with the Goal Zero. You weren't kidding. You have a lot of gear with you.
No doubt. So I got a solar panel up here, but basically stick to the edges so you don't crush the solar panel.
Yep. Here, Ian, you want to hand me that real quick? You've got solar up here.
Yep.
And can hold a good amount of weight, even some tie downs.
Yep.
So that's sweet.
And we actually will lay out here and, put a blanket up here and just chill out when the weather's right.
That is rad. Right? I had no idea that this could hold 2 people.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
We've had 4 people up here, man.
This is sweet.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's really impressive. And What about like the windows? Are there different ways you can configure it, like different window panels?
So yeah, so we so Flated sent us an extra set of windows so we could kind of play around with them. This is our custom, hole saw technology here, right? Just for some ventilation.
Nice.
Because with the solid window, the cooler doesn't get any air, and so it will overheat, shut down.
Gotcha.
So this is the right amount of airflow that it stays on, and there's really not much rain that gets in there.
Nice.
So yeah, that's kind
I guess with this kind of flap here, it would kind of push water away from
when this is fully closed, like the normal window has no holes, all the rain just drips right off.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, this is an impressive topper. I'm glad I got to see one of these in person for sure. I saw too under here you've got like a little skid plate for your hitch.
Little hitch skid.
Nice.
Bounce it off. Those are some of our badge of honors from some of the trails we've done.
Oh, sweet. Can you get how does that work?
My wife has a Jeep.
Nice.
That's all you had to know.
Nice.
And we just did Turkey Bay on the way here, so a little Jeep badge of honor in Kentucky. So there's a 5th one coming.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything? What else you got going on?
Lower the tailgate. I'll show you. So we've got our deck storage system here. This is the Gen 2. We've got all of our tools in here. This is just kind of miscellaneous electronics, lights, lanterns, fans, all of our actual tools in here. And we've got our kinetic rope, some shop towels, and some click chairs, little foldable camp chairs in this guy.
Sweet.
And then in this one, we've got some of our camera, drone equipment and stuff. Some foldable tables, Lightning, that's one of your guys, you guys work with, really good air compressor. And then we have all of our recovery gear. This might be up for debate, but all of it is in the very back. And so we don't need it very often, but when we do it, we actually had an issue where we're up against a mountain and my buddy almost couldn't get to it. So maybe we should move it to an easier location, but so that's there.
Well, the goal is to not need to use it all the time, right?
And then this is our Hercon Fab tailgate storage box. And we've got all of our, dude, this is my favorite thing in the whole truck probably. All of our straps, recovery stuff, gear ties, impact guns. This is a little foldable chair, trash can, you name it. Dog tie out.
You just sold me on one of these. I'm getting one of these.
Discount in the description below.
This is awesome.
I do. We love it, man. Absolutely love it. And you can get 3 guys up here and jump around and have like a picnic.
I pulled your tailgate up and I was like,
yeah, okay, what happened?
That's a heavy
Maybe
tailgate.
It's not dampened, yeah. It basically turns it from a dampened tailgate to a regular tailgate.
Okay.
Because we've got like 50 pounds, 40 pounds worth of stuff in it.
Yeah. But that's super easy to access, and then when you've got a truck full of stuff, that the essentials are right here.
Yeah, so we'll never have another pickup truck, which I see, without this guy. So, and they make a nice like a protective sheet here that goes here, so it doesn't look all rough like this. But whenever we damage it, we just hit it with a little shot of.
That's a truck. What are you gonna do?
So yeah, that's pretty much everything back here, man.
Cool. Well, I am super impressed with this rig. It's like perfect amount of functionality. It still looks awesome, but there's so many TRXs I see on the road that either are bone stock or people are modifying them, but they're not using them. And you clearly use this. I saw over here on the on this side, if I move some of this gear out of the way here, you've got some good damage there.
We've got a panel that's popped out a little bit. He probably never go back in, but this has definitely, we have rolled it almost onto its side completely, and this was pushed out just a little bit, but this protected the whole side from more damage than that. The whole thing has been PPF'd, but it's still, you can still see some battle scars for sure.
Sweet. Well, let's wrap this up. I appreciate you bringing your truck out here, and it sounds like you're here obviously with the family. Your daughter's walking around doing some video for your channel too.
Yep.
But you're here for like another week, and we're hopefully gonna go tackle some harder trails.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah,
excited.
So stay tuned. Check out alltfl.com. Thank you again, Rick, for coming by.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, and we'll see you in the next video.